I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places. Go in. Take it, Josh.
I roll.
All right. All right.
So influencers.
Uh-huh.
You know what an influencer is?
Yes. Yes. An
You
influencer
think
is
they're
someone who,
powerful? Yeah.
from what I understand, influencers are on social media on social media. They have so many followers, and what they say, people go out and buy, companies will give them money to hawk some sort of brand. And when they do that, they make money off of getting people to buy product.
Yeah. And that's the modern day definition of influencers. I'm talking bigger scale. I'm talking more. So here, I just found out the other day, and I never really studied the guy. But Charles Manson, his reputation is one that he's a killer. And actually, he never killed anyone. I read a whole article on this. He never actually killed anyone. He influenced other people to do his killings for him. He was an influencer. That's all he was.
Okay. So what is your view on influencers? I mean,
That they're dangerous. That they could be very dangerous.
So I mean, he took it to a whole.
Because there's an influence. Yeah, there's an influencer right now at the top of our government that, well, there's a lot of bad things going on, and it just got me thinking and wondering. Because at first I was comparing him to more of like more of a Hitler, but now I'm kind of torn between Hitler and Manson. I can't.
So
I'm second guessing myself.
Well, you're looking at this as a very negative influencer.
Correct? I am looking at it that way.
So I have to side on common sense. There is a herding quality about this. There is a cow mooing and sheep buying view that we have. You have said in past Odd Places podcasts that we basically are born with good. We are born with love.
Yes.
And a part of that stays with us our whole life. And maybe as an optimist, I feel that is with us all the time. And there's intuition, there's feelings you have, you get into a situation and you can read it, you're aware of it, of things that are happening, good and bad. And the point I'm getting to is that deep down inside, we have this thing, common sense. We have this good thing that we were born with. And it wins. I mean, I feel like it wins in the end. I mean, and I feel love wins over hate. Love wins over destruction.
Long term, yes. I don't know so much short term. When I say long term, I mean geologically long term. But short term, in the realm of years, decades, even centuries, I worry that I hope you're right, but I'm not so sure about that.
Okay.
And influencers, by the way, influencers are not the problem.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It is the followers. So still, I think it comes down to this common sense thing that we have in us. Charles Manson.
You know what they say about common sense?
No. What do they say?
It's one, it's not very common, and two, it usually doesn't have a whole lot of sense to it. It's common sense is what we call it's usually like parroting, right? It's just a repeating theme, whether it's true or not. It's just something that, well, everyone knows this. Okay, that doesn't make it true, and that doesn't make it. All
right. Let me use another term. There's a core of love. How about that? A core of love.
Okay.
That I feel like we can tap into. Anyway, so you're right. It is the followers. Charles Manson didn't have to kill. However, he could convince others to do his killing for him. As an influencer, those other people are the ones that are responsible for it. It wasn't Charles Manson. I don't think so. I mean,
Really? So here's the question then.
okay.
These college kids that he got to kill for him, do you think they would have killed if it weren't for him? If he wasn't there coaching them in his rallies and his meetings, do you think they just would have spontaneously gone and killed people?
No, they would not. So you're giving him,
Okay.
he is the variable in this that caused those to kill, or even
It's a tag team of death. It's a tag team of death. You got the influencer and you got the person too stupid enough to think for themselves, the follower.
Okay, got it. Yeah, and there are those people out there, and if you want to influence negatively, like Charles Manson did, then I mean, there are people that do that all the time. Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid, and and I'm just
Sure.
looking mass scale. So there are, on the other side of the spectrum, positive influencers. Okay, Noam Chomsky,
Yes.
Ralph Nader. There are some Deepak.
Deepak Chopra.
Yeah, there we go. Deepak, Oprah. No, even Oprah is an influencer. And they are influencing to make for good. Okay, so I mean, it's not influencers are all bad. You froze, Josh.
You're back.
Yeah, you're back. I don't know why. Wi-Fi's bad. We'll see what it looks like. You'll see what it looks like. So yes, there are good influencers and bad influencers. What kind of influencer do you want to be?
Well, that's kind of a silly question, right? I'm not an evil person, so right. I want to be a good influencer. But here's what I really want.
Okay, go ahead.
I want fewer followers. Not me personally. I just want there to be fewer followers in the world. I want people to have the ability to think for themselves. I just followers are dangerous, and I think followers are more dangerous than the influencers. That's all. I want fewer people following blindly, especially.
You want fewer.
Good or bad. Good or bad. Yep. Either way.
You want fewer followers. Got it. This is what I would like to do. I would like to influence the influencers. Influencers? Yeah. The people who influence, I want to influence them. That's what I want to do.
You want to like reverse psychology it? Turn it around on them, put your shield, your mirror against them?
Yeah. We're always going to have followers, though. I mean, lots of followers. How do you change that concept? How do you have less followers?
Okay. Let me put the adjective in front. Blind followers. You can have people. Critical thinking is the solution to destroying blind followers. Just think a little bit. Don't accept anything at face value, good or bad.
All right. So how do you do that? My guess is education.
Third grade
does that.
Third
grade?
Yep, third grade.
Everybody go back to third grade and start questioning them. What do you mean?
Well, I learned critical thinking skills. That's when I first started learning how to critically think, was in third grade. Yeah.
All right. So we all go back to third grade. Have to repeat third grade. Josh's third grade class, so that we're not followers anymore.
Yes, we're going to learn how to critically think. We're going to learn how to tell a difference between statement of fact and an opinion. We're going to learn how to properly eat glue. We're going to learn all kinds of fun stuff.
Wait a minute, I did that in second grade. I'm way beyond you if you did that in third grade.
I like the glue on the hands. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and peel it off. There's something very cathartic to me about that. It's almost like, peeling skin off, or like you get a sunburn and you peel it off. All right. So Josh, you said fewer followers. and then you said, except not me. Like you want followers for you, correct? Ah, stuck. We stuck again. We stuck.
Yeah. We're getting stuck like a bunch of
Crazy,
stuckers.
like glue, like glue.
We're getting stuck like glue. That's right. Like Elmer's glue.
Maybe it's your mic. It could be your mic. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's the only new thing that's happening. So you want to be an influencer. However, you want followers. You want less followers out there in the world though.
In general, yeah. I want people critically thinking so they can do less following and more, well, I guess thinking.
How are you going to do that?
Put them back in third grade. we're going back to elementary school because this is an elementary thing. This should not be a high level. You have to be a brainiac, IQ of 140 thing. This should be a basic, simple thing we can all do to some extent.
Yep. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going into my backyard.